welcome back. Saturday is National Drink a Beer Day, and we are well prepared. So here on ARC Maine, we're celebrating all things beer.
Joining us this morning from Shipyard is the president, Bruce Forsley, and the owner and head brewer of Kennebunkport Brewing Company, Ben Fitzpatrick. Thanks for coming on. It is fall, and we're in the mood for all over the place.
Yes.
Right here. Pumpkinhead, and you're going to show us how to rim a beer. For all you folks that don't know what rimming a beer is and how to do it, it is
Bruce.
There
I'll show you.
There you go. He's the man
So
with all the
first
answers.
and foremost, at Shipyard, we celebrate all things pumpkin.
Oh, we love
right?
Pumpkinhead so much.
And it's perfect for the fall, and of course, it's perfect to start with National Drink a Beer Day on Saturday. And the one unique thing about pumpkin, among many, I should say, is that it's a very versatile beer. And in fact, we believe it's the first beer that ever used a garnish. And a garnish in this case would be
Cinnamon sugar?
our proprietary cinnamon, sugar, allspice, nutmeg rimming mix.
I've made my own in the past, but I haven't tried yours. It looks great.
A little
There you go.
spillage
We
there.
all make a
to
mess.
do
It's the kitchen. We're used to making a mess in the
He's
kitchen.
making a
Pretty
mess.
simple.
He warned us not to.
I know, that's what I said.
You wet the glass.
Ooh, oh, look
There
at
we
that.
go.
Oh, I like the smoke.
I've also
coming out.
seen some people do like caramel sauce
You're right.
and then do that, which is also delicious.
Caramel,
great stuff to do
agave.
And you can do it right-handed
Simple
or
sugar.
left-handed, by
Yep,
the way.
yep.
It comes out the same.
Of course, the pour is not as expert. Ben and I were talking about the proper technique. And
Some people say that that is a good technique.
Yeah, so-
Right.
And then you just let it sit for like a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Let
Let
the bubbles
that head settle down into the brew.
I feel like I can't have a Pumpkinhead without the cinnamon sugar rim. And you're right, I've never had any other beer with a rim before.
yep. And also the beer goes well with
right.
spirits added.
Yeah, oh yes. Vanilla vodka.
Vanilla vodka, thank
yeah,
you.
Yeah.
Southern
like whipped
Comfort,
cream, yeah.
spiced rum, or even whiskey. And so the beer is not only improved for the garnish, it also acts as a mixer.
And it looks pretty cool too, with the cinnamon
looks
sugar.
like a
head like
cappuccino,
that
doesn't it?
falls in,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
How iconic is Pumpkinhead for you guys? You know, just as far as sales, and I mean, a lot of people know you for Pumpkinhead.
So we make more Pumpkinhead than we do all of our other beer combined.
No way!
Yeah.
And this beer is a truly national beer.
Yes.
It is sold everywhere from California to Florida to Maine. And besides Sea Dog Blueberry, it's the only beer that we make that you could call a national brand. And we like to think of ourselves as a leader in the category. We were the first that we know of to create a pumpkin beer. And as you can see, we've even made a line extension over here. We have a smash pumpkin,
That's
which is
very
a
good.
9% pumpkin beer. This is a primarily wheat-based, that's malt-based. And then on the far left, we have bourbon barrel-aged smash pumpkin.
Ooh.
So we take that beer, we put it in bourbon barrels for 3 to 4 months. There is bourbon left in the wood. The beer absorbs that bourbon and actually has a secondary fermentation and comes out at about 11 or 12% alcohol by volume.
Talk about how important it is to keep reinventing yourself, no matter what kind of company you run, but like as a beer company too, to come out with these new types of beers.
Yeah, we that's something we strive to do, and we were so excited that this and so many Shipyard beers got started down and right there in Kennebunkport on the river, where I've been taking over. Learning to brew and hope to be brewmaster soon. I've been learning from one of Shipyard's longest running brewmasters down there. So we love we have so many great seasonals and that people look forward to every year, but we still like to step it out and do new things. The beer industry is always evolving, and there's always fresh things to try and do, and we have such a great line of fruit beers as well. That we like to play with. So yeah, innovation and pushing the science of beer is always a top priority for us.
You mentioned being a brewmaster. What does it take to, you perked my interest on TV. What does it take to be a brewmaster, and how much education, how much work does it take to do
Science
that?
experiments.
It is a science experiment, and I came from a very different science background. So I've been getting into brewing recently, and that's why I kind of wanted to differentiate there, as you called me, the brewmaster at Kennebunkport. I am learning from our Shipyard brewmasters, but yeah, it's just the process of getting comfortable with it. I think like any craft, it takes a long time to feel comfortable to step out. I'm super fortunate to have a lot of brews right there in Kennebunkport that we've been satisfying our customers with for a long time. So that's what I'm learning on. But yeah, to become a full brewmaster, I think in my opinion, is time, effort, blood, and sweat and tears, and beers.
So backing up a little bit, Kennebunkport Brewing Company and Federal Jacks is the birthplace of Shipyard. And Ben is my cousin's nephew, and he represents the next generation. So we're really proud to have the family continue the legacy of brewing. And Ben was a farrier and has elected to change careers here midstream.
Wow.
And take on brewing as a passion.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
Yeah.
All right.
For the family.
For the family.
Oh, sacrifice.
Come back, so excited to be working for the family again. Yeah, I think it's where I need to be. So.
Yeah, you mentioned the seasonal, obviously on a national level, Pumpkinhead is where it's at, but I think it's also great, your Prelude beer, which will be coming up in a couple months that you do, for Kennebunkport Prelude. It seems like that's also a special one because it's so hyper-local.
Yeah, as I get to brewing, all the guys are like, so when are you going to start the Prelude?
Yeah, it's great. It's almost like not Christmas without Prelude, right?
100%, and it's one of my favorite ales that we produce. So yeah.
And Prelude is that uniquely Kennebunkport holiday.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
I've looked up the word Prelude in the past to see what the connection is between beer and Christmas, and it's really the beginning of an opera or a symphony is the prelude. So Prelude being used as a celebration of Christmas is unique to Kennebunkport, and we made a beer for that purpose.
Yeah,
you guys like the orchestra and the pit orchestra, get ready for the big musical, right, or whatever. Hey, you guys been around 1994. You really got things going with the beer industry here in the greater Portland area. Talk about how this is, I don't know if pioneers is the right description or whatever, but now you've helped put Portland on the map and Maine on the map when it comes to craft brewers.
Well, legacy, whatever you want to call it, we now become the next generation. But you're right, it's something to be very proud of, to be part of the revolution of beer in not only New England but America. We were the third license in the state of Maine after Geary's and Gritty McDuff's. Now, to my knowledge, there are 180 brewery licenses in the state of Maine. I think we are the most per capita of any state in America.
I think so, yeah.
But it just speaks to the love of beer and the reason to celebrate on Saturday by drinking a beer and supporting Maine businesses. And to your point, we're very proud to be part of that.
Or celebrating Tuesday morning right here on
Exactly.
I can actually smell it. It smells like fall in here. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite beer that you've
Well, the one we always say is the one in your hand at the time.
Yeah, that's a new one. Yeah, that's good.
But this time of year it's Pumpkinhead, and then I'll move on to Prelude, and then in the summer it's, but year-round probably export.
Yeah, Katie knows my favorite kind of beer.
Cold?
Cold beer.
And free. I don't know. Might be a tie between cold and free.
Cold and free. That's pretty good. That's the best.
Free's a bonus.
I wanted to say one thing because I know you're an avid runner, Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Every Thanksgiving, Pumpkinhead is the primary sponsor of the Thanksgiving Day 4-miler that starts right outside City Hall and weaves its way through the Old Port. So it's a relatively doable race of 4 miles, and everybody is invited to come back to Shipyard to have a beer before their Thanksgiving dinner.
You've run that race before, right? And you didn't know it was 4 miles.
I didn't know it was 4 miles. I thought it was a 5K. And I was like, why am I so tired and just gassed?
And it's tough coming up Free Street there the second time around.
Uphill. It's like uphill almost the whole way. But great tradition for Thanksgiving. So website for Shipyard.
www.shipyard.com.
Easy.
Awesome, easy. Well, we are definitely getting into the fall spirit, that's for sure. Thank you both so much.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Jeff.
And have a beer on Saturday or
Cheers.
before.
Cheers.